Hello, everybody, and welcome back to CFO Conversations. I'm your host, Paula Kensington, and I have the great pleasure of traveling the globe virtually tonight with ladies in Russia, Irina and Alexandra. We truly are global and faster than I actually even had imagined. And that's thanks to COVID, because it has forced me and all of us really to go digital and virtual. And so CFO Conversations has grown even faster than it would have done in a non-COVID world. So there are some positives. So our last conversation in this series is really around sustainability and the conversation around sustainable performance. And when I think about this, I'm thinking about performance from a holistic perspective. You know, I think about the planet, I think about people, I think about profits. And this has really been quite a mindset shift in the last 10, 15 years, where profit was always the only thing that mattered. Now people are starting to bring the conversation around to what about the planet? You know, we can't just keep delivering this profit in an unsustainable way. And, you know, I think we don't have the answers, but I just want to have an exploration today on this conversation around, you know, are stakeholders maybe ready to start listening to, you know, different measures of performance. I was talking to some of the ladies in CFO Conversations Africa, and because they're in a developing world, they've got more conversations happening around sustainability, it seems. It was interesting in preparation, and I know, Alexandra, I'm going to come to you around this, but looking at some of the green finance options, you know, the US, China and France are the three biggest countries that are actually trading in green finance, green bonds, and the rest of the world are kind of different pathways down there. So, you know, it's going to be a pretty varied conversation. I want to try and touch on the ecosystem, maybe integrated reporting. All three of us are FCCAs, and ACCA is very heavily driving integrated reporting. So we might have a conversation about that, but let's see where we go. Alexandra, let's come to you, because I know you were thinking about some research that you were looking at on the green finance options.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Paula. When we are talking about sustainability, I can say that at the moment, I cannot share a big experience in this area. I can say that we step by step start to go in this direction. But what I can share with our audience and what I see is the trend to green financing, as you, Paula, said, and particular green bonds. I had an experience of sharing this real experience with a CFO. She was the she worked in the third company which came to this market in Russia. And she shared with this experience with me. I can highlight some information with you. So what is this? You can go to the bond market and issue green bonds if you are in line with a huge list of requirements to be a green company. This comes from electricity consumption to utility to garbage. So a lot of aspects you should cover, and you should step up or have level up your company to be in line with these requirements, to receive a certain certificate so that you are in line with green requirements. Then you can come to the bond market and to issue bonds with this mark, green bonds. Why? This will give you some financial benefits. In Russia, it's up to 50 bips. And it's one point. Second point, investment companies and international companies are now starting to be responsible for ecosystem in the world and to have a certain percentage of green bonds in their portfolio. So these two big arguments push from one side companies to be in line with, and from another side investment companies and people who invest and companies who invest to buy such instruments. This is a huge project. She shared experience with me. It's required not only involvement of financial department, but financial department only to prepare some memorandum, reports, and so on. But the whole company should be in the project. And the whole company should understand why they change usual things to move to another level of responsibility in front of the universe.
Yeah, and I think because it's an emerging market and emerging funding, I mean, I guess that we're going to see, international accounting standards around how do we account for things like this. Yeah, it's an interesting way forward. So thank you. It's been good to get some ideas of what green bonds are. Irina, what do you think around sustainable performance? What does it mean to you?
Hello, everyone. So actually, I would like to maybe to discuss some view in respect of people. Yeah, and now we are living in the world of innovations. Yeah, and if before when some innovations came, the more jobs were created, yeah, and people just people were happy that new jobs created, and there are different and a lot of jobs, new jobs. Now the situation is different, yeah, and if we have new innovations, it means that fewer new jobs are created, and like if company decides to use these innovations in their processes, yeah, sometimes it means that they need to cut the number of people, yeah, they should say goodbye to the people, and sometimes it's 20% from all amount, yeah, and even bigger. So it's like a huge impact on not only on the economy but also on the people. And it's like one of the aspects to be sustainable, yeah, because we also should not forget about people. And it's really, I don't have any answers on this, yeah, because I understand on one hand, I understand that it's like it's options for the company to be effective and to use innovations, and they need to cut expenses because they have new options how to do such business, yeah, with innovations. But on the other hand, it's about people, and people just lose their jobs, and it's like no answers, just questions, and actually not clear understanding how we should deal with this aspect of innovation in the future. So like really.
Yeah, and I think I don't know the answer yet either, and I think this is disrupting business models. So our standard business model where we had an ROI on investments, it now feels like it needs to have some kind of sustainability ROI included in the payback or the ROI calculation of disrupted business models, because it's only going to get more challenged as we go through this decade. And when quantum computers start to actually start coming in the next decade, sort of more mainstream, it's going to have a huge impact on people, on our processes, and that impacts people. And so how do we manage that? I think it's not a company specific challenge, it's a country challenge, it's a global challenge. How do we retrain all our people so that they've got the skills that we need? I mean, we're starting to see some of that now, And that's just going to exponentially continue as we go through this decade.
But I think the business also can play some key role. Like if you are developing in the company, you also can create new places and new opportunities for your team. Yeah. So just not forget about people, put innovation, and that's all. Yeah. You can like think what you also can create additionally. Yeah. Just to keep these people, because it's like also the asset for the company, yeah, and like the company also can think about other opportunities, how to keep people, or at least some part of the people, and give them some other directions how they can be and how they can stay in the company.
But I think also getting the exposure about how sustainable a company is being, getting that reported so that consumers can make a choice around how sustainable is this brand, this business. Do I want to put my money? And that's now starting to really, think people are thinking like this. I don't want to put my money, and maybe it's my pension or my super, or I want to put my investment in a business that's not doing the right thing ethically from a sustainability perspective.
Yes. So it's like from the country side, from the company side, and from your personal side also.
Yeah. Anything to add, Alexandra? It's a big topic. It's
Yes, I think it's a big topic. Maybe Paula, we can discuss evolvement of people, professions, and future, because there is a lot of research that now people will change 3 or 4 times their job during their life. And I think this trend, as Irina highlighted, innovation, automatization, artificial intelligence, all of these 3 big number of people who should be flexible and to focus on another area, not accountant, but you should think step forward. You should understand how you as a professional will evolve in 3-5 years and be ready for such changes.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, ladies. I'll leave that conversation there, and absolutely delighted to come back and have another conversation at another time on sustainability.